Hi guys, welcome to Anniewood episode 128. I relapsed. I've relapsed pretty bad. I want to come clean with my audience. I have relapsed on true crime. I have been consuming so much Dateline.
This relapse has been going on for months. What are you talking about?
This is I'm coming clean about it now.
We've told so many people. We've been watching Ewu. We've been watching it all.
Well, I just felt like, so what's going on with me right now is I'm about to fly back to Philadelphia because my dad, my cute, lovely, funny, amazing dad is in the hospital. We think he's okay. He's got to get a heart valve replacement. And I always like to just go home and be with him. I'm very fun in hospitals. I actually have hospital FOMO. And I love my mom and my brother who lives near my dad, but they're just not adequate hospital entertainers. And my dad needs me. So we're leaving here in a couple hours and I'm flying back to Philadelphia. But it got me thinking, I was thinking a little bit about how do I spend my time when time is this precious resource. And you know, my dad's 83, so he's lived a long life and everything, and he's doing great. I'm not putting any sort of negative cloud over him or anything, but I'm just saying, it just made me think about how do I spend my time, and I spend my time mostly consuming true crime and gossip. And Todd and I have been discussing like true crime. What's the appeal of true crime? Why does everybody like true crime? And I think there's a girl version of true crime and there's a boy version of true crime, at least in our household. I love a Dateline, a sort of packaged, beginning, middle, end. They steer you in one direction. They give you a couple options. And then in the end, you hopefully find out who it is. And it's not some goddamn cold case file where they just leave you with blue balls. Todd likes Ewu, which we've talked about before. And I also like it too, because it's very interesting. It's more about the interrogations. And in the beginning, Ewu was really good at, they'd show you, okay, so now they're looking this direction, or, they're using this sort of language that usually indicates someone lying, and it kind of teaches you about human nature and stuff like that. But I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a deeper dive into gossip, true crime, and if it's good or bad for you. And your girl did a little research. You can see the unedited extended version on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Annie Lederman. And it's good. It's a juicy one. We had a lot of fun. Also, I'm on the road. It is my pleasure to perform stand-up comedy for you guys. I absolutely love it. I had a blast last weekend in Kansas City, and I cannot wait to see you guys in 2 weekends in Portland, Maine at the Empire Comedy Club, May 9th and 10th. Also, we have our next Anniewood and Friends at the Comedy Store, May 20th. Last month was outrageous. This month is going to be just as crazy, so grab your tickets before they sell out. Then May 29th, I'm doing one night in Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. Then Tampa, Florida for the rest of the weekend. May 30th and 31st, it will be Todd's birthday, so we will be gambling. And then I'm doing a one-nighter at Huntington Beach at the Mamba, June 8th. We're adding a bunch of dates soon, so grab your tickets to these and keep checking annielederman.com/shows for more dates. Please come see me. I love the meet and greets and everything. And we're also working on new merch that should be coming out any day now. Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Anniewood.
But I was looking up gossip, what the word means, the etymology of the word gossip and stuff. So gossip was actually first called godsib, and it was
God's siblings?
Yes. So it was supposed to be like your godmother or someone that was at your christening or whatever. Christian bullshit. No offense. I know you're all goddamn Christians now. Everyone's a fucking nerd waiting to marriage to have sex. So it was that. And then it moved on to women that were around when the women were giving birth. And then it just became like a female friend. And then so it was always kind of rooted in women gossip.
Okay.
Now, I think that's like tends to be the idea, right? That women love to gossip. And I think it was a way that women in the beginning of time could, you could weed out the bad people. You could kind of bond over it. I know I've had a lot of friendships. I'll tell you, the friendships that crashed and burned the worst were the ones that when we bonded, it was because we fucking talk shit on the same people. When you find that dance, that beautiful dance with someone where it's like, oh my God, you have points about this bitch. I also have points about this bitch. And you're up all night just gossiping and gossiping. But those relationships always end badly because you end up gossiping about each other or whatever and it gets back to each other. But I think I'm a good shit talker. And I think I do it with a heart of gold. I think I do it with the intention of entertainment.
Isn't that what TJ said you should name her special? Shit talker with a heart of gold?
Shit talker with a heart of gold. But I don't think I talk more shit than anyone else. I think I'm so good at it, you notice.
Oh.
But, in all my spiritual work and stuff, they're always like, you shouldn't be talking about other people. You shouldn't, and it is true. You're not like in your own orbit if you're looking at everyone else. But with that said, I'm in a gossipy job. And I mean, Todd, you basically consume almost like reptile gossip too.
Oh, yeah. No, there's gossip. That's the thing. There's gossip for basically anything on YouTube. If you find any niche on YouTube, there's gossip. There's drama in between any video games, reptiles, anything. There's going to be people that are pissed and gossiping and critiquing everyone. And it's kind of sick.
It's kind of amazing.
Even reptiles, like people are like, they don't take care of their reptiles good enough. And it's like so sad. It's like, what? You can't get away from anything. Ants Canada.
This guy, Ants Canada, who puts on this whole production. It's like this crazy, elaborate
thing. It's beautiful.
He
makes like a whole story.
He does this whole thing. It's cinematic.
He makes his music. You know that
cinematic.
song?
I'll never forget it. But he even like had to do like a thing like, hey guys, you're being mean to me. And
he made a song called Creator of Worlds. Gonna rock your world.
A creator of worlds is gonna rock your world.
I just, I do think that I understand why people would think like women are gossipers and stuff, but men gossip too. If you even think about sports, it's like you're gossiping about your team. It's all about gossip.
Yeah, basically.
And we're obviously like when we were watching with Josh Potter, we were watching one of the 2 years ago, the Super Bowl. You guys were thinking about Tom Brady as Tom Brady, and I was thinking about Tom Brady as like, can he still play going through this divorce? Is he okay with Giselle?
Oh my God.
I was thinking of the more girly type of gossip. But so many of the most powerful men in the world love my gossip. I'll just tell you that. I'll just say they love a little gossip, Tom. But so I was learning about gossip, and in the Bible, I guess it says that gossip is a sin. I didn't feel like looking into that because I've never read a book.
The Bible said gossip is a sin?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never read a book, and the Bible's not going to be the first one. Well, that's not true. The last book I read, the tree was a stump at the end, and he had given all his branches to the boy, and the boy was an old man sitting on him.
What book was that?
The Giving Tree. It's a picture book.
Oh my
Michelle
God.
Silverstein.
The Giving Tree.
Good joke. He didn't get it. But let's see. This is going to be hard because now I have to read.
Oh, she's giving herself notes, guys.
Okay, so here was the thing that I was thinking is bad about gossip. So gossip can be good. There also was, in Greek mythology, Pheme, Pheme, I don't know if I'm saying that right, was the goddess or personified spirit of rumor, gossip, and report. She was also associated with fame and good repute. What the does repute mean? Guys, this is me doing more investigations now. It's really going to expose me as an illiterate. And also infamy and scandal. She was a tremendous gossip, prying into the affairs of mortals and gods and repeating what she learned, starting with whispers, and then they escalated to loudness and then everyone knowing. And so Zeus sent her out to kind of figure out what was going on, right? Because Zeus needs to know what's going on.
Isn't that weird that with religion, they always condemn gossip, probably because they just don't want the truth to get out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like also like, is gossip just telling the truth? But you can't regulate it. You can't regulate it. So this woman, this bitch, this femme bitch, also went around making shit up to manipulate things. So I think that's what it made me think about, why is everyone so obsessed with the Blake Lively thing? And I think men and women are both interested in it for a similar reason, but for different, because we're all going to look at things and put ourselves in that position. Hopefully men will. I know women are pretty empathetic that way, but women are looking at the Blake Lively thing like, okay, here's a woman who, if you don't know, Blake Lively falsely accused. I mean, it's not, I guess she allegedly falsely accused. The reports are all pointing to her being a liar, but that she falsely accused Justin Baldoni on the set of their movie It Ends With Us of sexual harassment. And then they put out a video. Justin Baldoni's team put out a video of the exact scene. She said he was actually harassing it, and she actually seemed more aggressive than him. So that was kind of proven wrong. But it's still it's an endless thing, and Blake Lively's not looking good in it. And I think for women, it's great to see this because rather than when you tell a story of something bad that's happened to you and you're amplifying the voices of other victims or you're helping other people in some way, that's just completely nullifying other women's voices, making every time someone does speak the truth, now people are like, well, remember that bitch Blake Lively, remember that bitch Amber Heard. Like now you're like, okay, wait a second. And I know how it was different, but I think men really like it because men are so afraid of being falsely accused. And I think the Me Too movement went so wild that they're, all of a sudden everyone was going down no matter what proof or evidence we had, and people were just saying whatever they wanted. And so who knows if that did any good really in the end.
Well, I just listened to a Freakonomics episode. They're doing like a series about theater and how theater
was gossip.
That's what they're saying. They're saying, how is theater still like alive? Like,
the
how are they
men,
still making
the gay
money?
men and the women love their gossip.
And they said, because theater is just basically gossip. You're just listening to people talk because there's no like action or anything in it. It's just people talking, and you go, ooh, I feel like I'm in on something.
Yeah.
And gossip is like the oldest form of entertainment.
And documentaries are just gossip about a topic.
And then true crime is like the top gossip.
Well, they also say that a lot of women, all the research I was doing said that a lot of women like true crime because it is an opportunity to kind of learn and get ready and prepared. I think from all I know through spirituality and stuff, it's so bad because all you're doing is manifesting negative things and just seeing negative things. I would honestly rather live in a blissful lie of I'm in no danger and then deal with it when it happens than be like preparing every day before I go outside, which I don't know. I don't know which is better, but for me, I think I would, lose my mind if I was always worried about that. But then I did have a stalker once come to the Comedy Store and I cried nonstop for 2 weeks and got so paranoid and put cameras everywhere and got the wrong cameras and didn't put them anywhere and never returned them and just ate the money for it. But when I did feel like I was in ultimate danger, that really freaked me out. But then I was so paranoid for like a month after that. And then I had to just release it. I just had to go, I'm going to visualize myself in my 90s, peaking, thriving, alive, happy. And that to me is better than a self-defense class. Also, self-defense class is good. But
yeah, because people always say like, no, people like true crime because it like gets you prepared for the bad things, but I don't think it's the case with you. I think it's just the highest level of gossip.
I think it's gossip, but it's also like zoning out. It's someone else's problem. I don't really know these people. That's why the original time I quit true crime was because I knew someone. I was watching an episode and I realized it was someone I know's family. And then I went, oh, this feels nasty. It felt bad. And she had expressed that she really didn't like true crime shows. She's like, it doesn't actually help the victims' families in any way. It just tears us back open. But I don't know. These moms keep showing up in their daughter's favorite colors.
And they're gossiping.
They're
going, I knew her the most.
Well, the mom.
She was.
I don't know.
Had the smile. But basically.
I mean, maybe they want to keep them alive and they want to keep the story going. I don't,
Who knows? They use that as a scapegoat.
I actually watched an episode of one and I filmed this guy's reaction. Let me send it to you or show it to you. There was a police officer and Keith Morrison who at this point just looks like a tree. I mean, he looks like a
ball sack.
The tree.
He looks like a straight up ball sack.
I mean, you can count the lines of his life, the rings of his life on his face, but we like him. We're not talking shit. It's a wild experience to see.
Oh my God. He looks so scary.
That's all he said. But I was like, finally, he just said that he's like, I always refuse these interviews because I don't think murder should be entertainment. I mean, he didn't say that much, but it was just, I've been waiting for one of these guys to say something like that. Cause I was always like, why are they like so willing to do this? I mean, Keith Morrison's like sing-songing. This man is walking down the hall.
He goes, yes.
Yes.
His spirit is no longer on this earth. It is in the spirit world. And there was this character named Ned Snyder, and now he was possessing Charles's physical body.
So what, he'd become a demon or something? Or
he goes, did she get murdered on the eve of Christmas? Yes.
I mean, it's so sort of like, yeah, it's so produced. And so they're so singy and there's music and.
Well, we found out a big surprise about Keith
this is
Morrison.
gossip about true
The
crime. This
gossipers.
is some inside true crime gossip. Keith Morrison. And right below, pause and right below if you know the answer to this. Keith Morrison is the stepfather of who? Right below. Right below.
All right, and now I'll bring it up, and we'll see who he is the stepfather of. So this is Keith Morrison, guys. If you don't know, he's one of the reporters on Dateline, and he looks like this. I mean, that's actually a good picture of him, but he looks kind of like that. But yes, Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry's the answer.
This is, I mean,
and then we were asking ChatGPT. We're like, why has he not? Should we ask ChatGPT again?
I mean, look at this guy. He looks like a gravekeeper.
Can you believe one of these people is dead and it's not the man you think? Can you believe that Keith Morrison did not pass away? He actually looks like he was in the hot tub for quite a while too, doesn't Keith Morrison?
There's actually a there's actually like a secret thing about Keith Morrison is that every story that he's told, he gains one wrinkle. So that's why he's so
he's
wrinkly.
being punished for exploiting.
So this. And then he did an interview where didn't someone say like,
we talked to ChatGPT.
oh yeah, we talked to ChatGPT.
We talked to ChatGPT and we're like, why is has Keith Morrison ever done an interview about Matthew Perry's death? And she goes, no. And then we go, why? And she goes, well, you know, he probably wants to keep it like personal. It's like, so when it's your family, it's got to be personal. And when it's someone else's family, you can just on a dark hallway and whatever.
In a dark hot tub. That's Lester Holt doing it.
Yeah.
In a dark hot tub laid one of TV's most famous celebrities.
But I will say, I'm sure it's bad for you. Like, I just am sure it's bad. Like, I just am sure.
Yeah.
You know,
was Matthew Perry my stepson? Yeah.
A lot of people watch it before they go to bed. They watch it to fall asleep or they listen to
because they like gossip. They like to listen to some gossip.
Sweet gossip. It's like calming to them. But they also were saying it's a lot like, you know, when you go to a haunted house or you go on a roller coaster, it's like this sort of scary event that you can be distant from, but you can experience the scary event. I will say that I've watched a lot of true crime in my day, and a lot of times when they're interviewing the family, they do say that the victim watched Dateline.
Oh, yeah.
Manifesting.
She was a fan of Dateline, NBC.
She manifested. I'm going to say right now, I will not get murdered. I'm not interested in getting murdered, and there will be no Dateline about it.
And I also hate that in the Datelines, they kind of like
make it seem like it's an innocent person is guilty for half the show.
No,
a fully like okay. So if you just watch Dateline and then you get called into work, your beeper goes off or whatever, and you got to go into surgery to repair Annie Lederman's dad's valve or whatever's going on, you are gonna leave thinking that someone completely innocent that's been cleared of the crime is the murderer.
Well, it's also that. See, that looks a little better if I'm a little squished in a little more.
Oh, it looks cute.
But it's either that or it's. They keep cutting to like the reporter. Like the reporter's part of the story, their story. They're just, and it's always just like Keith Morrison smiling with 1,000 wrinkles on his face, or it's Lester Holt.
And then the woman, who's the woman who has like zero wrinkles?
I like that woman.
Oh, I bet you do. An older blonde lady?
Yes, I do. But guys, I also want to just show you Lester Holt real quick. Lester Holt is another correspondent on Dateline. I mean, look at this guy's.
I want them to do an episode of the case of the missing
Can
hairline.
We find out why. Look at this man's hairline. I mean,
I've never seen something like happen so like.
Or why not just cut it all off? If he was bald, it'd look good, honestly.
It looks like a prescribed burn. You know how they like go and burn all the leaves in the forest? It looks like they prescribe burn to the edge of that forest.
Yeah. A controlled fire.
A controlled fire to the edge of that burn.
It's just like, if you got rid of this, he'd look good, honestly.
Also, why don't you just throw on like a headband with bangs?
But he's holding
just get like a headband.
I mean, the headband, if he had a headband, it would make it look even weirder because it would just be like a half moon. It would look like half a moon in the night. But what is this? He's stepping down from his role as anchor. When was this? This is this year.
of nightly news.
Oh, okay. He's not doing.
So who knows? He's probably like, I got to go full murder. But I mean, these people are making so much money at this point. And do the producers, when there's a new murder, do they go, yes, we
They
got
go,
a good one.
Keith, we got an idea for you.
We're psyched. We got a new.
And he reads it like this.
Ooh, she's young and she's cute.
And he goes, yeah, I do like that. Yeah.
But I wanted to talk more about just gossip, okay? Because people can use it to spread false info. They can use it to hurt others. I've had my own experiences.
You have?
Yes, of being lied about. And the lesson I had to learn is that I can't control
The narrative.
other people's perceptions of me or the narrative. And that's why I only fuck with Woodies, because you guys know the truth. But I've talked about this before, but when I got into the Montreal Comedy Festival, there was a female comedian who did not get into the comedy festival, and she spread a rumor that I had sex with the fucking disgusting loser booker who wore a fedora. He was such a loser. It was like so embarrassing. I obviously did not do that. That's not in my character in any way. I have turned down so many development dicks, is what I like to call it. Development deal dicks. Do you know how many development deal dicks I've fucking passed up? I don't like that. I don't fuck around like that. I earn my way. Looking back, could I have blown someone for a sitcom? Sure.
Do you actually have any regret?
Do I have I think I could have been more manipulative, maybe. I think I could have been less shocked. I think I was so surprised by it.
But you don't have like a regret, like, oh man, I should have fucking.
I don't know. I think I don't. It's not regret.
But at this time, the penis stank would be out of your mouth for so long.
No, well, it is annoying that, like, I remember Whitney when I told her the story. She's like, yeah, but what would have been bad if you did fuck him? And I was like, what are you talking? I didn't. It's just like being accused of something you didn't do. And like, honestly, I have like strong morals for myself and that. But the truth is, I don't give a shit. Like, there was like a rumor that I think Chelsea Handler like sent she had a splice it of like a sex tape. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no
the rumor was she sent in an audition, and in the audition,
there was
her
like a
getting,
moment of like a
banged
sex
by
tape.
a black guy, like at the end.
Which that is so,
And then,
that could be completely
And
made
the
up.
rumor is that they didn't even notice because they're not really looking at audition tapes.
Oh, that she
So
got
she
it in.
wanted to do like a thing like I sent them getting banged and to see if they say anything, and they didn't say anything.
So this is all alleged, and I have no clue this is true. And I love Chelsea Handler, so it would kill me if she was mad at me for spreading false information about her. But
gossip.
But I'm just saying. But when I heard that, I didn't go, ugh, Chelsea. Like, so I don't have that judgment on other people, but for myself, I'm like, I just really liked working hard and getting good at things and earning things for being good, you know? And I think that's not really how Hollywood works at all. And I would probably be way more successful if I had just accepted that Hollywood is favors and manipulations and stuff like that. But you just got to be happy with where you're at and you got to stand by it. So I guess my regret is not, because I don't know what I would have done differently. But if I had if I had more information about what Hollywood was, then I maybe would have acted. Would not have fucked anyone or anything, but I would have maybe not been in the situation where the guy would lean in.
Right.
I wouldn't have even been there because I was like just having like dinner at the Soho House with some big exec thinking that we were just going to like
and then
eat
you could have
cookies
banged
and talk about my comedy.
Yeah, you could have banged him and got nothing. That happens a lot.
Well, I'm
too.
just like, how good are these girls in bed that they're like they have development deal pussy? I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that I was already sober then. So I would have been like, ooh, it just wasn't, I don't know. It just, he was married. I just was like, everything was so gross about it to me and so shocking. But then, you know, now that I know more about Hollywood, I'm like, I'm the crazy one for thinking that's shocking and surprising. And I don't give a fuck if that's how people get. I don't care. But I just didn't. And then, but you have to think of like the girl who spread this rumor. What was her reasoning behind? I can never know for sure. But what I can guess is it was painful for her that she didn't get something that I got. Right. So she's looking at me and she goes, what's the easiest thing for my ego to think that Annie did to get this opportunity that will set her apart from me, not in a talent or a work ethic way, which is something that would be her accepting responsibility for the fact that she wasn't working as hard as me, which she wasn't. I just was like a hustler back then. I just worked so hard. And you know, so what could she say that would make it so that she was unfairly treated and I was given something, you know, that would absolve her of any sort of responsibility? As she could just say, oh, he must have just found me attractive and and I put out and I hooked up with him. And that's why I got it. Not because I worked way harder than her and maybe was just the thing that people wanted more. I don't want to say I was funnier than her, but where is she? Not here. But anyway, so that was very damaging for my career for a while. And maybe not so much, but I mean, it was just something that really stuck with my reputation for a while, and it was annoying. And I guess maybe it's gone now, even though I keep bringing it up. But it was frustrating. But I just had to go, I have no control over that and whatever. But that's like where it can be negative. And I've had problems with people in this industry, and there's things I could say about them that would make me feel like, oh, you'll see that I was right in all these things and I'm on the right side, but it would really damage their careers. And I have zero interest, or maybe it wouldn't, who knows? Maybe what I say would mean nothing, but I would never want to say anything that would mess with anyone's money or their career or their success. So I don't have that in me. This bitch did, obviously. Look, Mother's Day's coming up. We got a lot of things. Easter just passed, but I hope you got some sweet presents for your family from Quince. Okay, Quince has so many different things to choose from. Quince has cashmere sweaters starting at $50, 14 karat gold jewelry, Italian leather bags, fragrances, basically anything your mother could ever want. Quince items are priced at 50 to 80% less than similar brands, so you won't break the bank. And Quince partners directly with the top factories, so there's no middleman and there's a ton of savings.
Listen, you know your girl runs hot at night. You know
I run hot.
She's sweating every
I'm
night.
always sweating. I'm sweating my spray tan off at all moments of the day.
And this duvet cover, it really, really keeps her cold and nice.
Warm. I can't even believe it. It's bamboo. It's so cute. We got it in a baby blue color. It's so amazing. It's so amazing that Randy threw up on it within maybe 20 seconds of it getting
and it washed right out.
Bed. And it washed right out. No stains. It's just really, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's so incredible. It's so soft. It's the best thing I've ever bought. And the best part is, not only is it the softest, most amazing duvet cover I have ever even seen or felt in my entire life, and now I own it and it's in my house on my bed. Quince also only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, so you can feel great about that purchase. Thoughtful, timeless, totally her. Shop Mother's Day at Quince. Go to quince.com/Annie for free shipping on your order and over 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Annie to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Annie. Your mommy will love it. Get her the duvet cover. Oh my God.
Hey, I don't know why it dissolved there, but you know what else is a highly gossip thing that people love right now?
What?
Politics.
Oh, politics is so gossipy. And also, politics, all politicians are just gossiping with each other. They're blackmailing each other. They're just getting information about it, holding it over each other. They're like going, if you give me this,
exactly.
I'll give you this. And
it's
I'll
just
tell
like,
you
this person did this and they
Yep.
said they wouldn't do it, but they did it anyway. It's just like everything that you love
Where did
is
that go?
gossip.
But I was thinking women gossip. It's like, no. We just gossip about different things, but boys
Yeah,
be
you guys gossip about
gossiping.
like gay things.
Todd is up all night on just imitating one of his friends with all of his other friends. They're just making fun.
Is
There's
that gossip?
one guy. Yes, you're gossiping about one guy and you're putting him in different scenarios and pretending he's there and doing his voice. And yes, you're mocking him. It's like the meanest form. The meanest form.
Mocking is the meanest form of gossiping?
No, lying about people to get what you want out of situations.
Oh,
But you
yeah,
can
yeah.
do that. Gossip is not containable. And it's whispered on the lane and it switches up and people can add their little pieces to it. With that type of, when you have intel about a guy, so I've dated a couple comedians, our relationships didn't end well. They did shitty things or whatever. What if I tell a girl that they're orbiting, they're a bad guy? Am I helping them? Are they even going to listen to me anyway? Am I taking my own personal problems, putting it on them? Who knows if that guy just acted that way with me? Who knows if that guy changed? And also, yeah, like they're not going to, I had a girl, I dated this open mic guy when I was in open mics, and he was such a fucking asshole, right? And this girl, we were sharing a cab together, And she was going through a breakup with this guy who I actually really like, who I'm not really friends with anymore, but I would be if we saw each other, who I really like. But so she was breaking up with him. I was breaking up with this guy. The guy that I was dating was horrific, was just a horrible person. And so she was like crying. I was a little further into my breakup than she was. So she was like crying over this guy to me. And I was telling her what I do with my ex-boyfriend is I think of all the worst things he did. He made my mom cry 3 times. And I use that as a mantra. Whenever he comes into my mind, I go, he made my mom cry 3 times. He made my mom cry 3 times. Just to sort of like remind myself he's the worst person in the world and just that he shouldn't even be in my mind. And so I'm telling her all this and she knows who I'm talking. I'm telling her the worst things this guy did. Like he did so many bad things. He was such a bad guy, but he would scream at my mom. It was just so crazy. And guess who her next boyfriend was? That fucking guy. And she ended up marrying him and having a baby with him and then divorcing him when they have a toddler, because he's such a piece of shit. But it's like, I'm like, bitch, I fucking told you. I didn't even tell her in an Amy way. Like, I didn't even know she really knew this guy, you know? Obviously, we're all in the same scene, but she didn't listen anyway. And, you know, maybe I could have saved her being stuck with this guy for 18 years, you know?
Yeah.
But also, people should have their own experiences unless someone's violent towards you, I feel like.
So what are you saying? That's like a good gossip?
I'm just saying, I think that there's an idea that it's good to like warn other women, but unless they're like really hurting you, I just don't know. And isn't that the girl's experience to find out? Okay. So I also will only, if people talk shit on my friends, I don't like telling people negative stuff that was said behind their back unless it's important information for them. Okay. Unless it's someone they're about to go into business with or it somehow affects their career or something, because I think it's just like, I know people talk shit behind my back and that's their business, you know? What's said behind my back is not my business unless it's going to affect my business. And I've definitely blown it at times. Like there's a friend of mine who she dated a comic who very openly hates her and talks shit on her all the time.
What do you mean hates her?
Just hates her. They broke up and he hates her guts and he talks shit on her all the time. And she knows this. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm not that close of friends with her. And we were all at a comedy festival together and he started talking shit on her. And everyone in the group was like, nah, man, we really like her. She's cool. And like shot him down. So I brought that to her thinking that would be nice for her to hear that the comedy community is having her back.
Right.
But then she spiraled out. She spiraled. She was like, he was talking shit to me. And I was like, oh, I thought it was actually quite wild. And it was totally my fault. And I learned a lesson there that 5 people saying nice things about you does not cancel out 1 saying bad things about you. So, and I know that because no good comment is as fucking meaty as a bad comment.
Oh, yes, that's true. You harp on the one bad comment and all the good comments seem to
I've been
just
better
be
though.
nothing.
I've been better about it because I came to the conclusion that negative and positive comments are actually the same thing. They're a love vibration. It's someone sending you energy.
It's a gossip
and
vibration.
it's the way that you take it. Well, David Tell, my favorite joke I've ever heard. Have you ever talked so much shit on someone that you want to call them up the next day and thank them for all the good times?
Oh,
There's people that we love because they're so in our lives. We talk shit on them all the time. And you learn this from reality TV too. You love all the villains. But I think it's good. And I think that's been like a healthy way for me to look at things and made me feel like, oh, okay, thank you for throwing attention my way. Yes, women aren't funny. I'll take it. Still looking at my page, bitch.
still looking at the stories, huh? Stories are weird because I always like, people are always like, you're looking at my stories. And it's just like stories. Sometimes
Who
you
said that
look
to you?
at one story and then you go through.
I'm like, I haven't absorbed it. If
You
that
know what I
helps.
mean?
Maybe
Yeah,
I
exactly.
looked at it, but I didn't absorb it.
I
I clicked
flew
through real
by
fast.
it.
Babe, if you saw the amount of seconds I was on there, you would be shocked. It would hurt your feelings. It would hurt your goddamn feelings. I also was thinking, is condemning gossip kind of like taking away a tool that has helped women throughout history? That's kind of our way to protect ourselves, because if there is someone doing something really, really bad, like say there's like, I think they've caught like serial rapists on some of these Facebook sites and stuff, you know, it's like you do need to share important information if it's going to protect people from a crime. And if you
Yeah.
condemn gossip, is that actually just a way for men to keep women?
Well, who's
Yeah.
condemning gossip?
I just saw some like religious guy being like, gossip's a sin. And I'm like, and you're right. And it's
It's
telling people
so
not to
funny.
share information is so dangerous.
I
too.
mean, just like what is that first story in the Bible, Adam and Eve? The humans suffer because they wanted to eat off the tree of like knowledge. Just wanting to learn things
I
was like
know.
a sin to God.
I know. And they want to keep you
because
down.
The truth is, God ain't real.
Unless you think he is.
So that's why religion, every time you think,
Question. They don't want
every
you to
time
question.
you question God, that's a sin because they don't want you to know the truth.
But it is
Think
funny,
about
as
that.
someone who does tell the truth all the time, I'm always getting in trouble. And people are like, but when you tell the truth, you're dragging in all these problems for us. And if we could just pretend these things weren't and it's like, yeah, but these things suck and shouldn't be happening. But I'm like, but I'm the one that suffers. So I don't know. I have a weird relationship to the truth because I can't stop telling. I spill it. But also, we kind of mentioned this last week with Robbie, where it's like everyone's being called autistic. And I'm going, are we autistic or are you guys the freaks that aren't telling the truth? Not that people are saying I'm autistic, but I'm honest,
She's artistic.
I'm art autistic. I'm art the clowntistic. But it really is it's just interesting. And
It's
it's
an
so
interesting
fun. It's
thing.
so juicy. And there's a dopamine hit you get from it too.
Real quick, do you want to grab that poster behind you?
Yeah.
Someone made Annie a cute thing at the last Anniewood and Friends. And we didn't get to show it off. It was in the background of the last episode of Robbie, but we didn't get to show it off. She doesn't want to show her booty. How's that? You guys like that? That's your OnlyFans content of the week. All right. I'll cut away now. All right. She's back. Oh, look how
She
cute.
got so much wrong. I actually want to ask you guys what she got wrong. Everything's right.
That picture.
Okay, wait. Everything's right except one thing.
Look
I
how
really want
cute.
you
So
to-
there's Randy biting her head.
Randy's biting
She's
the
got
head.
3 eyes. She's got
Todd's
a microphone.
the sun in the corner.
The sun with my hat backwards. She's got some tarot
That's probably
cards.
tarot
there.
cards.
It says something in like Chinese or Japanese on the bottom.
Yeah, she was Asian. I
looked
don't know
really
what type
cool.
of
She
Asian
did
she
a
was.
really
She did
cool
so
job.
good and she was so sweet and I can't remember her name because it was so
She's
Asian.
wearing those pajama pants that you used to wear. That's funny.
I think she did it great. She got the
And
jacket,
she's
the
wearing
pajama pants.
your merch shirt, the Danny DeVito's.
But look at oh my God, she put the end. She's amazing. But look at the one mistake, guys.
The bottoms.
The feet.
It's the bottoms of your feet. Too.
The feet would never be exposed. She blew it. But it's so good. She was so
It's
sweet. Oh, she wrote
so
something.
cute.
She said, "Thank you for making us laugh." Okay, and how do you pronounce her name? You try it because you're Asian.
Tara Funashiro.
She was amazing.
Oh, that's her Instagram.
That's her Instagram.
Megumi Funaki Mac Gilroy. That's like an Irish Japanese
she was incredible.
fusion
She was
restaurant.
I think it was her husband or maybe her boyfriend was a
Irish,
bald king, a white bald king.
a freckled.
I don't know if he had freckles. He had that Keith Morrison look going on. But do
I
you see how
love
she
it.
has the Starbucks cup?
We should
with
actually
my-
get a frame for this, huh?
It's really she just got all the things. It's so funny.
Her
so
green
cute. I
eyes.
loved it.
It's very cute.
But I do want to do more of my spiritual girly stuff, and I think the true crime is definitely getting.
she has the Starbucks, but we threw that one out. That one didn't make the move.
It didn't make the move. But we have the.
The Wawa.
I know. I wish I never threw anything out. But what were we gonna do with it? We didn't have room for it. It was broken.
Wow.
the
How
Wawa
did
one.
you, if you're watching this right now, how did you do this? Is this with like pen and like watercolors, or did you do this all digital?
She did a great job, and Randy couldn't look.
It looks
cuter.
really cool. And Randy, look at his big bald eyes.
Now, okay, so back to true crime. True crime can trigger a release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward, which may contribute to the fascination with the genre. This feel-good chemical can create a physiological sensation that people find enjoyable, and the suspense and thrill of true crime can also lead to an adrenaline dump.
What about a horny dump?
Well, I mean, sometimes
Do you
you're
ever get horned
masturbating.
up?
Listen, sometimes you just happen to be your time in your hotel is it's your masturbation time and also true crime time, and sometimes
Forensic files?
and sometimes you got to forensic file that pussy. You got to murder that pussy.
forensic file that pussy.
We have to
That's
have you
my
just-
Ari Maddie.
Maddie. covering jokes about this episode. It's escapism. It's a mental stimulation. True crime can provide a sense of escapism from everyday life and offer mental stimulation by engaging the mind in trying to figure out the details of the case and the killer's motivations. There is that too.
Motivations. Why are you saying it like Joe
Motivations.
Magniello?
I gotta keep it fresh. Potential for addiction. The release of dopamine and thrill-seeking aspects of true crime can be addictive, leading to a desire to consume more and more content. That is what happened to me. That is where I got to. Where I was just like, next one, next. Where you're like, God, I saw all the seasons.
Yeah, and then she found out Peacock had more seasons, so she went on.
They
that.
had like the last day. Like they just found a way to repurpose the same murders into like different types of packages. But it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. But I don't feel good. I'm not consuming good stuff. But I went through like a very spiritual phase where I was only listening to spiritual content, and then AI took over YouTube, and I stopped. I don't want to listen to AI tell me about spiritual stuff. It pisses me off. So I stopped really listening to because I'd be like listening to a Joe Dispenza thing, and then I realized it's a fucking robot because he's starting to talk about God and shit. I'm like, you're trying to make Joe Dispenza like a God guy. He ain't no God guy.
How do you know?
He's not. I listened to all of his stuff. The thing is, a lot of these like thought leader people and those spiritual gurus, they just say the same thing over and over and over again. So you know what it is.
Let me ask you something.
What?
When someone starts talking about like God and like Jesus and stuff, do you kind of judge them? Or do you just go,
I was told that was not shall not judge others. No, I think because so many people have gotten so religious recently that if I were to start condemning and judging, I'd have no one left. I would have no one
But do you
left.
think it's cool when someone comes out as not religious? Or you're like, okay, cool guy. I kind of do.
I always kind of just assume if you don't talk about religion a bunch, you're not religious. I'm shocked when people like when I see like a cross on someone's neck, I go, "You're one of those?"
Rhett from Rhett and Link came out as atheist. Now what's it called when you leave a religion? He left Christianity, and now he's an atheist.
Well, you know what's annoying about
And I thought that was cool.
About people being in a specific Christianity or religion. It's like, it's a club I'm not in. It's like annoying. I'm like, oh, so you're like in just this thing I'm not in.
Cool.
I'm not in that, and I don't want to be in that, and I'm bad.
Yeah, I got
be
tattoos and I had sex before I was married, and now I'm out. But they always go, well, you could go to God and then he'll forgive all of it.
I mean, I just see it as such a manipulative tactic with men getting accused of, they get accused of sexual assault, and then all of a sudden they're being dipped, they're holding their nose, getting dipped into a lake, and I'm supposed to be like, oh.
What guy did that?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to like ruin his brand. I don't want to rustle around in his brand, you know?
I know. And like religions, you should be like, these religious institutions should be saying, no, you're not allowed into this.
Yeah, you don't get forgiven for that shit. Also, you haven't even
you don't
been
just get to
court
come
yet.
in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of on them too for just allowing, because they just need recruitments. Religion needs recruitments, and they need people to not look into things.
But I also I try to be just like, everyone has their own view and opinion and what they like, and if people want to be Christian, I don't give a shit. It doesn't affect me. I'm not
What
gay.
if it does affect you?
What?
What if it does? What if someone that is Christian isn't in power and he goes, well, in the Bible it says that
Girls
blah,
can't
blah, blah.
have podcasts.
Girls can't have podcasts.
Yeah, that'd be annoying. But I always just think it's so silly. Like, I have that shrimp 666 shirt.
Oh my God.
I mean, I couldn't give a fuck about people's weird response. I mean, it's like, what life are you living that you're offended by my silly shrimp shirt?
They hate it.
It's a shrimp cocktail. That's how many you get in a shrimp cocktail.
You
Grow
get
up.
about
You
3 big
associated the
shrimps.
devil to it. I didn't. You said it. It's 3 shrimps, and you decided that I'm like had some ritual where I suck baby's blood out of their head or something. It's like, you guys are so weird. It's just, I choose to try to have see the best, and that's why I think true crime is coming to an end in my life. I want to see the best in humanity.
You know, true crime's coming to an end in your life because you've watched it already.
No, there's bitches getting murdered left and right. No, there's so many more. There's so many more seasons I could go to. But I was just thinking about it. It was like my dad getting sick. I went, how am I spending my time? I need to snap out of this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm down, I'm vaping. I'm doing things that aren't good for me.
Oh,
And I was having fun in the dopamine of it all. But it's like, no, I got shit I want to do. When my dad went to the hospital for infection over the summer, I think it was, I remember thinking, I really wish I'd done my comedy special. And that got me really like, okay, we're doing the comedy special. And, you know, there's just things that I was like, oh, I want my dad to see. Not that when he's gone, he won't see it because he'll be with me. But I don't know. There's just things that it's just got me back in my focus.
that's good.
And I love my dad and send positive vibes, even though
And prayers.
send your prayers.
Listen, we take prayers. My mom prays every day, and I'm always like, Mom, pray for me. I need this.
Dude, if
this
being
opportunity coming
religious
up.
makes you happy, I want you to be religious. Like, I don't have any. He's different than me. Like, he's more.
But listen, if there's any magic to it, I'll take any magic
His mom
you got.
prays for us all the time. It's so cute, and she gives us our little strings.
Oh yeah, still wearing them.
But
mine's dirty as
I
hell.
took mine off. When you go through 2 spray tans with them, and they're just these brown, nasty. It looks like you got dookie all over them. And maybe after my food poisoning, I did. I think like reality TV's full gossip, right? That's full gossip, and it's gossip about people that you don't know.
Yeah.
So that's good. But we end up getting to know them, and then we're like, ooh, can't say that. Can't say what we think about that girl's fitness level. In the challenge, I've decided I'm gonna chill on true crime.
Okay.
I'm gonna start my dismount out of true crime because I want to fill, but I don't know what else to fill it with. I think that's what's been happening. I started getting such dopamine hits from playing my video games.
Back?
What? From playing my video games and from watching true crime. I was getting these dopamine hits. And now I need to think of like, what am I going to replace it with? And I think I just need to start by meditating again, getting back in my meditation practice and like really leaning. I would love to just start doodling again. I want to start drawing again all the time.
Doo-doo?
I want to doing again. Doo-doo. But with that said, we're not quitting gossip because gossip is fun.
Oh my God.
And imagine being a comedian and then all these gossip channels just pop up and they're just talking shit on all your friends. Okay, but I did want to get into some fun gossip. Okay, so we have the JoJo Siwa thing going on.
Oh my God.
And I think a lot of people already know about this, but for the sake of anyone that knows nothing, JoJo Siwa was on Dance Mom. She's a little twerp. She was a little little lesbo. No, she was just this like little child star, and she's been very kooky recently and trying to become a singer and stuff. And she's been very cringe and silly, and she's also been a lesbian. Okay, so then she goes on.
And he was gonna dress like JoJo Siwa for the episode,
but we got to rush,
and we didn't have basketball shorts to wear.
We didn't have any basketball shorts in the house for me to dress up like her. And my forehead's too low down. But I don't mind JoJo Siwa. She's just a child star. They've all been diddled in every hole. Let's just say you can solve that riddle. They were diddled. So Mickey Rourke went on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, which we can't get, which is so
oh my
annoying.
God. By the way, if anyone knows how to get that without using a VPN, because we're scared to use VPNs. I don't know. Or
send us a good one. Can you send us back whatever one we sold at some point? Because I don't remember where it is.
It was like Atlas VPN.
I don't remember where it is. I wish we got it. Sorry, we never got it. But anyway, so in it, I don't need to play it for you. You guys probably saw it. Maybe if you want to play it, you can play it.
Yeah, it's just Mickey Rourke was saying some
he goes, "You're not going to be a
things.
lesbian by the end of this show."
So do you like girls or boys?
Me? Girls.
I know, I can tell. If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
I'll tie you up. I'm gonna vote the lesbian out real quick.
JoJo.
That's homophobic.
Eh?
So that's homophobic if that was your reasoning.
I need a. Not talking to you. I need a
Mickey, you can't say that.
But saying he was going to turn her straight.
He said he was going to tie her up.
He's going to tie her up, and then he kept saying the F word, but saying it was for cigarettes, and he kept calling her a lesbian. It was very
funny,
very funny,
hilarious.
and entertaining, and very incredible. And then they made a huge mistake by kicking him off the show. One of the biggest mistakes in reality television history.
They should have just let them. They were going to vote him out. Probably.
It's also
Just
like let him stay, and also let us see, let us expose.
All right, real quick before you go on, what do you think is a funnier scandal in Big Brother? That Mickey Rourke saying all that, or when the guy went, "I'm in the cheese room, N-word."
We're in the cheese room, nigga, dude. Anyways, we were in the we're in the cheese room, nigga.
Because that was pretty good.
The cheese,
and he said it right in front of Cerise.
Okay,
son,
so the guy
black
goes,
son.
I'm in the cheese room N-word, because they had cheese sleeping mats or something.
Yeah, it was.
And the thing about that was so frustrating is he was gone so quick. They never addressed it. We never saw him.
No, they
again.
did. They addressed it. They brought it up in the episode.
But they didn't bring him back, did they?
They didn't bring him back. No,
We didn't. I want to see him on the other end of cheese room.
Oh,
N-word.
why did I do that?
I want to see him on the other
Why
end
did I
of
say that?
cheese room N-word. And let me guess. Let me guess. I bet you he got baptized after that. I bet you.
No, he was in a room with Cerise's son, who's black, Jared, and with like a gay guy who's like definitely super liberal,
Right.
And then there was just this guy, and he was just excited. He was feeling himself, and he was like,
You sounded like you'd say in a rap song with an A at the end.
And they were in the have-not room, so they were trying to like pump themselves up, get happy that they're in the have-not room. So he just went, "We're in the cheese room,"
and
ninja.
it was.
And then he had his hand up, and then he put it down real quick, and then looked at Jared, and he was like, sorry about that. And then they went, yeah, can you come to the diary room, please?
Well, it's
And he was
almost like
oh shit.
they're actually helping them by kicking them out. It's like, let them continue to make mistakes,
Yes,
like,
please,
and embarrass themselves. It's reality TV. The reality is that some
or
people say the N-word.
Or can we see if Jared would have voted him off to
But when he
see how
used it, 'cause-
powerful that word is? Because maybe Jared didn't really care.
No, but
that
maybe
much.
he did care, and maybe he would have used it to guilt over him and like had to
Right,
be his
right,
bitch
right.
or something.
Right.
But anyway, so then we find out. So JoJo had this non-binary girlfriend at home, or they friend had a they friend, a them friend at home. But so anyway, she starts to get a little bit close, a little flirty with this guy, and now she's never been even bisexual. She's always been gay. So she's getting a little flirty with this guy from Love Island, UK, and they're flirting and flirting and doing it all. And then the show ends,
That's this
and
one,
her
right?
girlfriend comes, her they friend comes to the premiere or the reunion. She gets dumped. JoJo dumps her. And then, you're starting to feel so bad for this non-binary person. And you're going, oh my God, she got cheated on public TV. They've been together so long. They pledged their love to each other. They were going to get married, all this stuff. And then you find out they were dating for 3 months. 3 months before she went into the thing. Lesbians need to chill, okay? They always say what do lesbians bring on the first date? A toothbrush and a U-Haul.
Oh
they always
my
moving
God, that ain't right.
But it's like, now I'm like, I don't feel bad for this girl. You let the girl you were dating for 3 months go on a reality show? Well, your problem. But I kind of like that she might be.
JoJo Siwa's girlfriend, Kath Ebbs, has disabled her Instagram comments after an influx of claims that Celebrity Big Brother star is cheating on her.
But then she was like, oh, wait, you guys were right.
Siwa joined the ITV reality series last week and quickly made a fast friendship with Love Island star Chris Hughes.
Now I'm trying really hard to not look at true crime, but look to the right.
Oh,
Child
my
star
God.
Sophie Noidi was pregnant when she died at age 24. And boy, do I want to
Yikes.
click, but I'm not going to have him click.
We're not clicking.
I don't want to see negative stuff. I don't want this. I want to see positive things. I want to see the beauty in the world.
After he supported her following ex-housemates Mickey Rourke's homophobic comments.
But anyway, Mickey Rourke was right, is all we're saying. Is
Yeah,
she
Mickey
did
Rourke was right.
leave the place not a lesbian.
And there's one other person that was right.
Who?
You don't remember?
Oh, Candace Owens.
Candace Owens has been saying this since JoJo Siwa was 14 years old.
Do you guys not find that entertaining? That she was saying a 14-year-old was lying about being a lesbian? Come on. You don't think that's hilarious? Look, I'm not going to say stuff like that. So please, God, let a pretty black lady say it.
Candy is like the gossip queen.
I mean,
who does more
crazy.
gossip than her? Who do you think?
No one.
That's a girl.
That's a girl? I mean, Megyn Kelly tries to.
And it's funny because the right, I guess the right she's kind of like polarized in the right.
Well, because she's against Israel.
Israel.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't.
What, you don't f with her like that?
I don't listen to the politics part. I listen to the gossip part.
She doesn't listen to the Israel part.
When there's like, I don't want to know anything about what's. Here's the other thing about gossip. Okay, we used to gossip about our village. You know, the most you would know about is like 0.05 miles radius around where you live.
Right, like is dating.
Did you? But anyway, and you do it in smoke signals. You let them know what was happening.
Yeah.
I don't have the bandwidth to know what's happening overseas. I can't. It's too much. So anyway. But anyway, we all have our own algorithm. So gossip brings us together. And I think it's good in the end. But okay. So that's fun with JoJo. I wonder if she's going to start dressing more straight too. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun. She's not going to do her pony anymore.
I don't know. The pony's a little feminine. She just needs to put some strings down in the front, some pieces. Did you see Bill Belichick's young
I saw
girlfriend
something about
snapping
this.
at it at the? So he's doing an interview,
Right.
for Nightly News or something like that, and the interviewer goes, "How did you guys meet?" And she goes, "We're not doing that." And he goes, "Oh, okay, we're not doing that."
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
And people are like, "She's controlling him." It's like, what else do you think she would be doing?
Yeah.
Do you notice that we've met so many older men in Hollywood? They're all dating like young Chinese women. They want a woman that just can come in and tell them what the fuck to do.
So they go like this into the room.
They just are like, we're busy at work. We need someone who's handling other stuff. So of course this girl's coming in and telling him what to do. He's a big fat old man.
So people are like saying, what are they saying?
They're just, because they think maybe she was like a call girl or whatever, or that she didn't want him to say. I think they're just saying she's controlling him. It's elder abuse, all this stuff. It's like, is it elder abuse that she's letting him have her 19-year-old pussy? I think that's pretty nice to know.
Maybe we should start saying that when people go, "Oh, how do you meet?" I go, we're not going there. How'd you guys meet? No.
But people were saying that maybe they met when she was a kid and he was friends with her parents. So that's what that was like, more of a grooming situation that they're trying to do. Or maybe
that'd
she was
be
an
hot.
escort or whatever. Here's the thing. I don't care. I'm not like one of these. I don't care. If there's no law being broken, I don't have the bandwidth. Do you know what I mean? Or if it doesn't
That's
strike
because
my
your
moral
gossip
core,
your gossip meter is so high that if there's not a law being broken, then it's not even registering in your brain as gossip.
like when you hear like someone's like, oh, a 40-year-old, like someone was telling me, like, oh, this 40-year-old guy dated this 18-year-old girl, and I go, it's not great.
You're like, sweet.
It's not great, but what am I going to do about this? And also the 18-year-old girl is going to learn some valuable lessons. Okay. It stops working.
Yeah, she's old enough to learn some lessons.
But I mean, is she, and I don't know, but are we going to change the age of consent? It's like she consented. I don't know what to say. She was 17.
Yeah,
I
now
would
we're getting
flip
into
a shit.
politics. Like, oh, how old should it be?
I know. I'm just like, I just can't. Unless someone comes to me and wants me to help them in a situation, I can't do the hearsay helping. I've just been hyper vigilant my whole life, and I'm trying to be chill and calm. Oh, wait, I wanted to show you this. Did you see this? This is kind of old, but it was so funny. Did you see when Neil Diamond dragged a woman up from the audience and started
making out with
her?
Really?
It's so bad, though. It's so uncomfortable.
Show the camera over there. Oh my God, how old is he?
Look how gross this is. Like, his breath is bad too. He's old. He's been
It's all
sucking on
stanky.
Werther's.
He's been eating tapioca pudding. How old is the lady? She looks like she's like 70 though.
Do you think he's getting like a Viagra boner?
It's
She's
cute.
ready.
This is actually cute. This woman, her whole life was like,
Look how she's
maybe
kind of trying to get away
one
though.
day I'll make out with Neil Diamond.
She's
Now,
not comfortable.
was Neil-
Look, she turned her head away.
Oh no, she's
She
into
turned
it.
her head away and then he pulled her in.
She's into it. Look at her. The wind's blowing in her hair. He'll be a woman.
Does she have like a husband with her? Oh, and then he falls out down at the end. It's funny. Look. He sends her off and then look.
And she's jumping, skipping, and
watch him.
hopping. A jump, skip, and a hop. Oh, that's cute to me.
That's cute to you?
He'll be a woman, yeah.
She didn't seem into it.
Now, was Neil Diamond, he was the one that left Spotify when the Joe Rogan stuff was happening?
Was that him?
Was that him?
I don't know.
He'll need a woman, yeah.
To pay for. I thought that was a little cringe, but also it was funny when he pretended to die afterwards.
All right, so before we wrap it up, let's do some weekly shout outs for our fans. We got some good comments last week that
I really have to leave soon too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My plane's boarding in less than an hour.
Oh my God, why would they do that? Here's a shout out to Lou Baby, new Anniewood Star Citizen here.
Oh.
We met at the DC Comedy Loft last year.
DC.
I was the little blonde who ate too many treats and yawned.
You monster.
You are my hero. I love you. A day one Stanny or Fanny. Do you remember this person? You don't remember the yawning?
Listen, if you yawned, it's on you, bitch. Okay? No, a yawn in the audience, you're going down.
Kate Bergstrom, she says, I want to be best friends with Robbie and Annie. LOL. Thank you, ladies. It's been a rough week, and this was such a joy to watch. I needed the laughs.
Oh, so happy to help you.
Oh, Kate Lou 7HG said, I thought I was hallucinating when y'all shouted me out. WTF, but yes, we love Todd. Wishing him best with his promotion.
Guys, listen.
Okay.
We'll even shout out your comment to your shout out. No, we're so excited that you guys like the show, and we're obviously growing it and fixing some YouTube issues, but it's fun. It's a pleasure. I'm so glad that you guys like it, and I am screaming that I get to perform for you guys. When you come see me live, it means so much to me, and it's so fun to meet you afterwards. And I had so many people come back in Kansas City that were there last time, and it's just so sweet.
Wes was there.
Wes came. Oh my God, Wes Bergman came and he did 5 minutes on my show on Saturday, and it was really cute. He was really funny, and he did a great job, and it was just so fun to see him.
So if anyone was there, write in the comments.
Anyone that saw Wes perform, let me know. And if you were at the show at all, comment below. It was just really fun, and the meet and greets are just epic. He was like, do you want to hang out after the show? I was, I have to do a meet and greet. He goes, well, how about after that? I went, well, then I have another show. He's, what after that? I go, I have another meet and greet. He's, what after that? I go, I have to go to the airport.
All right, I'll read this last one. Danielle M. Knopp said, I was at the Anniewood and Friends, and it was such a powerhouse lineup, but Robbie Set stole the show even before I saw she got passed.
Oh, so Danielle, we love you.
And she was there during the pass.
And Danielle, I gave you you won a poster and also stole the show.
Oh, she got I was looking at that too.
So sorry. Do you want to give me my poster back, bitch?
She got the
Robbie
poster?
Wood? Is it Robbie Wood? Yeah, because she guessed where you were from, I think. I said, what Asian is Todd?
Okay.
But I wanted to give it to her because it was Danielle that came to and Tyler or Taylor, I can't remember which one is her boyfriend, and they came to the La Jolla show.
Oh, La Jolla?
Remember, she has Vegas mom. She brought Vegas mom.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it was amazing. You know, I love seeing you guys.
She got the poster with like Matt Rife's signature.
Everyone signed Matt Rife's signature,
cool.
everyone's signature. And we have the next Anniewood is May 20th. It's going to be so fun.
All right. Well, the guys, today was a great episode. If this was a little more structured, we tried to do it more structured. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We're still figuring out this new setup. As you can see, let me know if you like this wide shot or if we should go back to the other wide shot. Who knows?
What's Bawack?
Black. It means way back. But all right, guys. Thank you very much.
Guys, I forgot to say something and we shut off all of the cameras, so Todd's gonna add this into the episode. But I am so curious when your gossiping has backfired, when you had the best intentions but you spilled maybe too much tea to someone. Comment below those stories, and also comment the stories of the times that you have used gossip to save a friend or save someone from something. And if ever anyone has come to you and given you helpful gossip, let me know. We want to hear the gossip fails and the gossip wins right here below. All right, guys. Love you.